What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's your homie FuturisticMike, and I'm back with another movie review if you're new. Now today we're going to be reviewing The Paramedic. This just released on Netflix. If you love this movie, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe and turn on those post notifications so when I post movie reviews, you get them. Now this was one super crazy thriller movie. You know, it's in another language. I think it's in Spanish or something like that. But, you know, they gave it to us in English. You can tell the words don't match though. There's a lot of different foreign movies and Spanish movies and stuff on Netflix where they do this. You know, they put the English in there. They have English actors talk to put it over what they're saying in Spanish, but you can tell the words don't match, but it didn't look too bad. There's some movies where you can tell the words don't match at all. But I'm gonna read the description to this movie for you guys. The description reads, after suffering a serious accident, Año's life with Vanya begins to unravel. Obsessed with the idea that she is unfaithful to him, his life will turn into hell. Basically, this guy, he's a paramedic, and he has a call with his partner. You know, they go in the ambulance, they gotta try to save some dude, but they're kind of speeding because the dude in the back of the ambulance isn't in good shape. So Ángel tries to save him and the driver starts swerving and everything, and then he crashes the ambulance because another car is coming through the intersection. So basically they crash, and then Ángel is wheelchair bound. He is so messed up that he has to be in a wheelchair. He can't really do anything, and he has physical therapy for it. His girlfriend helps him and stuff like that. But he becomes obsessed with what she's doing because her phone's ringing all the time. He grabs her phone at certain parts of the movie and tries to see if she's texting other dudes because she's studying with his classmate. And he thinks that maybe she's cheating with her classmate because her phone's always going off. She's always leaving at all times of the day and night. So he doesn't know what to expect and what to believe, so he puts a little hacker app on her phone to try to track what she's doing. So he doesn't really end up finding anything out, but then she ends up finding the hacker app because he gets in the shower and she's sitting on the couch and she's getting texts and sending texts and stuff, and she hears the hacker app coming from his room because it's going off on his laptop. So she goes in there and finds it, and then she gets so upset that she leaves him. She takes all of her clothes and everything, and then she ends up leaving. And then months go by, like 2 or 3 months, and then he ends up seeing her in public, and he sees that she is with his ex-coworker, the guy that crashed the ambulance, the guy that's basically responsible for putting him in that wheelchair. So this pisses him off so bad, it gets him so upset. He purposely runs into her in public, and she says, "What are you doing here? I don't want to see you. Get away from me." And then he says something to make her feel bad for him. So then she ends up walking with him on the sidewalk. She walks him to his house, and she should have never done this because this is when all hell breaks loose. He says that he has a whole bunch of stuff that she left, like boxes of stuff, some of her clothes and everything. So she goes inside and tries to get her stuff. And this is when he pokes her with the needle and she passes out. He gave her something to put her to sleep, and then she wakes up and she's tied up. So he keeps her tied up there for a while, and after a while the neighbor starts to get suspicious because the neighbor's hearing screaming. So the neighbor comes over there and says he's gonna call the cops. So he lets the neighbor in and says, "You can come in and you can take a look for yourself." But then he ends up stabbing the neighbor and killing the neighbor. Then his ex-coworker Ricardo ends up looking for Vanya because he wants to know what happened to his girlfriend because they're expecting a baby. And Ángel is so pissed off because he's always wanted a baby with his girlfriend and it never happened. And then of course it couldn't happen because he got put in a wheelchair. So she ended up being pregnant by his ex-coworker, which really pissed him off. So then he ended up killing his ex-coworker. Then the cops come over to his house and question him because Ricardo was found dead. He said he didn't know anything about it, and it surprised me that the cops didn't even look around or nothing. They just sat there and asked him questions, and then they left. Now Ángel has to go to the store to buy some things, and then Vanya finally gets loose. He's been giving her all this medicine, so she's kind of numb. She can't feel her legs or anything, so she finally gets loose and she starts crawling towards the door. She finally gets out and she's getting ready to get out of there, and then he's coming up the elevator. And this part is when it gets crazy. They're wrestling and everything. They're falling down the steps because this dude wants to get her so bad He literally tries to go down the steps with his wheelchair, and they start falling down the steps, and then they start fighting, and then she ends up pushing him all the way down the stairs. And I mean, this is like so many flights of stairs. You know, I thought he was dead, but apparently he survived. And then we see him at the end. He's all crippled. Not only is he in a wheelchair, but he can't even talk. His arms are like so deformed and everything. And then she comes to the little facility that he's at, where he's being taken care of, and she whispers to him like, "I'm gonna be taking care of you from now on." And that's pretty much everything that happened. It was a crazy ass movie. It was a good thriller. You know, I don't find it right what she did to him, but I also don't think it was right for how obsessive he got, and he tried to hack her phone and do all kinds of things to her. I don't think she should have did what she did to him. You know, she kind of treated him like shit because he was in a wheelchair. That's something he really couldn't help, and she kind of acted a certain way towards him just because he was crippled, but that wasn't his fault at all. And then she ended up messing with his friend, which was real messed up, and she got pregnant by his friend. So that's kind of why he ended up getting obsessive. That's why he got crazy. He went way too far, obviously, but you know, she did do him wrong. She did him very dirty. But that ending part when he fell all the way down the steps, that was crazy. But overall, this was a good movie. I thought it was worth the watch. On IMDb, it has like a 5.6 out of 10. I'll rate it a 6 out of 10. It's definitely worth the watch if you're bored. You know what I mean? It's definitely a movie to watch to pass the time. But I definitely liked it. I recommend it to you guys. Make sure you go on Netflix and check out this new movie called The Paramedic. Keep supporting your boy, and I'll be continuing to bring y'all movie reviews in the future. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's your boy FuturisticMike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.